Ladies and gentlemen, it does appear that the Wuthering Waves and the Zenless Zone communities are being prompted to, well, have a bit of a standoff, have a little bit of tussling, have a little bit of a gacha tribalism, and a little bit of fighting. And it's safe to say that a lot of it is primarily due to the fact that content creators are trying to farm, right? It's pretty safe to say that at this point, you look at stuff about Zenless Zone Zero on YouTube, and it's safe to say that, well, the YouTube game for this game is not going particularly well. We're seeing a lot of creators, right, who typically get much higher views on their content. When they shift over to this game, well, let's be honest, it's not doing particularly well. And obviously, right, when you're putting in the same amount of effort in your videos and, you know, you're doing things like just merely switching the game title and you're not getting the same results, let's be honest, guys, sometimes it's in your best interests to do a little bit of farming, draw a little bit of engagement, right? And unfortunately, a lot of content creators, right? We see this post over here by Rednew, just like a goofy, fun little post, because Rednew is one of the biggest ZZZ fans in the business. He's also played Wuthering Waves 2.0 as well. He's played quite a bit of it, so he kind of like has a leg to stand on to at least argue his opinion here. We have content creators like MrPokke, Mr. Jokey, on the other hand. Well, they're just plagiarizing. It's literally word for word. They're plagiarizing again. And I don't know if this is like an Eastern CC thing or something like that, but MrPokke has done quite a bit of plagiarism in the past, and it looks like he's perfectly happy with doing it again. So we're just seeing another bit of content theft once again. Let's go ahead and read it out loud. I think Zenless Zone Zero's combat is a lot better than Wuthering Waves'. And if this post pisses enough people off or has enough likes, I'll make a video explaining why. Same exact carbon copy of Rednew's tweet. So, obviously we got the reaction for Rednew over here, and it's safe to say that this is a post, right, that's trying to trigger a little bit of a war. This is a post that's trying to trigger a little bit of gacha tribalism. Sorry, little bit is the wrong word. It's trying to trigger a fucking straight up war, right? Make some engagement bait between the communities, create a lot of unneeded back and forth, a lot of unneeded fighting that, you know, is supposed to go ahead and draw some more views, get some more views to content specifically in ZZZ overall. And we can clearly see over here, right, from some of MrPokke's past tweets, this is kind of like his main purpose, right? He's made a lot of very, very controversial takes, talked a lot of shit about a lot of people, and he's basically doing it, right, so that he can brag about his engagement, he can brag about his farm. And what you can view this as, ladies and gentlemen, is simply another example of doing that. Because it's safe to say that the Zenless Zone Zero and the Wuthering Waves community, in its current state, they don't really have a reason to be at war. They don't really have a reason to draw a lot of controversy towards each other, have a lot of like these takes, putting one game over the other. We're kind of just having a good time right now because both games are doing pretty good from an enjoyment perspective. And we don't really have necessarily a reason to fight. But as you all know from MrPokke, right, he's very focused on those analytics. He's very focused on doing well in the YouTube game. And when he's uploading Zenless Zone Zero videos, right, and they're getting, let's be honest here, pretty shitty views, it's great that these two are lined up together. When they're getting like pretty shitty views, well, you know what that means. It's time to go back to the salt mines and make some more shitty takes. The reason why Rednew's take over here, in my eyes, is fine, and the reason why MrPokke's is bad is for a few simple reasons. Rednew has actually played both games. MrPokke doesn't even play ZZZ or Wuthering Waves. His account managers play the game for him on both sides. So let's be honest here. He has actually no real leg to stand on in any single part of this conversation. And so his post is entirely just engagement baiting because he can't play both games. He doesn't actually know what goes into creating these characters. He doesn't know what goes into the actual mechanics. And sure, he might know a little bit more about ZZZ than Wuthering Waves, but hey, I think the fact that he doesn't get that much engagement on these, it's kind of like, I think his audience can kind of tell he doesn't really know how to play them either. Just a thought. And especially when it comes to Wuwa, right? Bro has no clue what he's ever talking about. Let's be honest here. And so when we think about it from this perspective, right? We think about him being the sort of like holier than thou Gacha Jesus, talking about how Gacha tribalism is bad. Fuck it, I'll just pull up the tweet there too. MrPokke's taking a stance as sort of like the Gacha Jesus, right? Let me just... Good thing the search feature's here. He's talking about the main causes of gacha tribalism. He's talking about how gacha tribalism people are, well, I mean, again, mentally retarded. But then we do this. So I can imagine by his own words, Pokke is calling himself mentally retarded. That's the only thing I can assume, right? So he's saying people that do gacha tribalism have a mental illness and it's not his problem. But Pokke, by your own words, you have the mental illness. And if you do, then I think it is your problem. I think that's relatively fair to say. And so I guess this is the thing. What's going on? I think you need help. I actually do think you need help. I think you're so lost in the sauce when it comes to these analytics that you have no idea what you're even saying anymore. To the point where just taking a look at your past tweets that you haven't deleted, you by your own words are retarded. You are the person that's bitching and whining like your mom dropped you. By your own words, you should ban yourself from your own chat. Nobody gets it anymore. It's so confusing. Nobody understands anymore. Sure, all these past tweets, right? We could just view them as like you being an asshole and engagement baiting. But now you just look stupid. Stop it. Get some help. Just stop it. Go talk to Dr. K. What's going on? Jesus Christ. At this point, it's not even like farming to like criticize your takes. It's just farming at this point so that maybe there will be enough members of the Gacha community that can like make a sub goal for therapy or something. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Maybe you do make a therapist appointment a sub goal. You need some help. Like, or at least like a Twitter account manager. Somebody that can like, you know, teach you how to play the game of tweeting. Like how somebody teaches you how to play ZZZ or Wuthering Waves. At this point, it's just getting sad. It is actually just getting sad at this point. Why make so many contradictory statements? Why call yourself stupid? Why claim that you got dropped on the head now? Why call yourself a dog that needs to bark for attention? All of these things that you're talking shit about for other people, they literally can just be applied to you. And it's genuinely worse because you don't know how to play both of these games. And at this point, people know that. And so they just look at this and you're getting ratioed into infinity and beyond. People are posting shit like this. This is the same guy that cried on YouTube because his Twitch viewers were fighting and ruining his experience with Genshin 5.3. You are slowly becoming the laughingstock of the gacha space. And thank God, MrPokke, you had one moment of clarity and you decided to delete this tweet. But unfortunately, you did leave it up for at least 4 minutes and you've got a lot of followers. You wrote, you protect smaller CCs from the Twitter mob. You create content for the entire Gachaverse. Let's backtrack and think about those statements for a second. Rednu doesn't need your protection because he actually knows what he's talking about. You're basically being a target dummy, claiming you're a target dummy for Rednu, but you have no clue what you're talking about when it comes to both games. Second, you create content for the entire Gachaverse. You are literally just making yourself a laughingstock and the biggest hypocrite that everybody has ever seen. And so people are literally pointing at you and laughing at your stupidity. You forgive ignorant players attacking your content and character. Brother man, you are the one attacking your content and character. All you simply have to do is read this tweet and realize that you are just simply insulting yourself. You're the only one attacking yourself here. You have a whole 3 fucking paragraphs shitting on yourself. Literally 3 paragraphs where you just shit on yourself. You educates bricked accounts from greed and stupidity. Yeah, by telling people to just pull all the new characters, and then telling them to just reroll instead of playing with their 1.0 roster, because they'll have a better account from simply rerolling instead of continuing to play on their veteran account. You expect nothing in return and leave. Then what is this post? What is this post talking about your analytics? Verify if that post is real. We got 2 people linking the exact same thing that I'm pretty sure don't know each other. We got 2 people linking the exact same thing that I'm 90% sure they don't know each other. That post is real. I saw it live. He posted it. He created this post live on his Twitch. It's 100% real. Yep, I'm the GOAT. You're welcome. You're the GOAT of shitting on yourself. Pokke, you might be comfortable saying that other people are farming on you, other people are attacking you. This is the reality of the matter. There's nobody better at shitting on MrPokke than MrPokke himself. Because a post like this, where he insults Gacha tribalism, where he talks about all the problems it causes, when he talks about what sort of vindictive actions he's gonna take against it. My oh fucking my. What is even going on here? What in the hell even is this? At this point, I think you need to be studied. I do believe that you might need to be studied. There's no point in even talking about these 2 games. Rednu has a reason to talk about it. He's played both of them. You don't play these games. You log on with giga-invested characters that you didn't build, you have no idea how they work, and then you proceed to clear the content through sheer absurd substat investment on artifacts, disk drives, echoes that you didn't grind. You're the person that's test driving somebody else's account at this point and claiming that it's your own. Everybody knows that at this point. Everybody knows that at this point. And so it's clear you're looking for more engagement over here. You're looking for more of these analytics. But at this point, it's just coming off as desperate. You're not summoning the Gacha Avengers. You're summoning a psychiatrist because you are fucking schizoing out at this point. This is just schizoing out. You're at the point where people are just, again, random Twitter users are just ratioing the fuck out of you. And if this is the way that you want to drive engagement, reminder, attack me, do not attack other creators. It motivates me to get stronger because I do not crumble, I do not succumb, I do not yield. You made an entire video bitching about how Gacha tribalism was making you feel sad. Are you the fucking Katy Perry song? Are you hot and cold? Are you hot right now? Were you cold back then? What's going on? Everyone's just confused at this point. People read this, and it's not like a fiery reaction of like, oh, we need to like shit on this guy. Oh my god, he's so wrong. That's not what people are thinking right now. People are just looking at this, and they're just sad. They're wondering, why has he become like this? What has happened to the old CN guide plagiarizer that we knew in the past? What happened to that Pokey? They've been seeing this crash out. It's like they've been seeing this car crash in slow motion. That's been your Twitter. That's been your channel for the entire month of January. And it's not rage that people are feeling, it's pity. Because holy shit, you actually do need a coming to Jesus moment at this point. What is going on? You need help. Get some help. 2025, we're not even a 12th of the way through. You said 2025 was going to be a drama-free year. You've broken the one promise you made, honestly, in less than a week. And you're just breaking it again and again and again. But hey, maybe it'll drive increased viewership for another week or two. Maybe you'll start hitting 15K on these vids, right? Maybe your next ZZZ vid won't do 9K in 24 hours because you're trying to farm all this engagement. But the thing is, all of this negative attention, all of this negative PR, you might have been bragging about it in the short term, but let's be honest. I don't think it's really yielding that many dividends right now. I think that this was a poor investment option. And I think you might be digging yourself into a deeper and deeper hole with every contradictory, brain-dead tweet you continue to make. At this point, yeah, this isn't even rage baiting anymore. This is pity baiting. I don't think anyone's mad at saying this. They just feel sad. They just feel sad at this point. That you've either gotten this desperate or this delusional. And it's disappointing to see. He's currently using his special move. This is Poke's ultimate.